and we'll begin shortly. Have a blessed and enjoyable evening.
Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de la clase 2020 de la preparatoria de Decatur. Comenzaremos en 5 minutos, así que por favor regresen a sus asientos asignados, ya que comenzaremos en breve. Que tengan una noche bonita y agradable. Gracias.
Eventually defeat this virus. Decades from now, you will be able to move forward.
Dragon essays. I loved reading them. They were awesome. Acting out.
This is Jennifer Wren, one of your Decatur.
You guys grew up over the years. You've always been those throughout your life. One of the biggest things I hope that you take from this year is the uncertainty.
The score, Bodie Rascone coming home for the winning run, and he's safe, and the Eagles win on a game-winning hit into right field by Tristan Reed, and the Eagles win the series, and they send the Tigers home, and they advance to the area series. What a ball game!
This is the main thing right here. It's supposed to be on the cards.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening and welcome. If you would please stand and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Y'all may sit now. Welcome. For those who may not know, my name is Emily Haney, and I'm the Student Council Vice President. I am honored to be able to stand up here tonight to say the prayer for the graduation of 2020. I think we can all agree that times have been tough and out of the ordinary for sure. To quote Charles Spurgeon, to trust God in the light is nothing, but to trust him in the dark, that's faith. 2 Corinthians 5:7 also says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." I know that in tough times, it is easy to stray off the path God has set for us. But if we stay the course and keep our faith in God, through him we will persevere. Now please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, first let us thank you that we are able to come together today as the Decatur class of 2020 for this special occasion that we have worked so hard for. I ask that you place your hand of comfort and wisdom on each one of us as you guide us each of our journeys with the knowledge that we can do all things through you. Let us never forget that. May we each have the desires of our hearts to be a successful contribution to the world. And please, Lord, we ask that you heal our land and keep us safe and healthy. In your name we pray, amen.
Give me a second here. What's up, everybody? My name is Carson Tibbles. I'm your class of 2020 vice president. Some of you and my 4 followers on Instagram may know me from my recent rap career. It is my privilege to welcome you this evening to the Decatur High School class of 2020 graduation ceremony. On behalf of this student body, I'd like to begin by thanking the Decatur High School staff, faculty, and teachers. You put up with a lot, and we thank you for that. We couldn't be here today without you guys. I'd like to extend a very special welcome and thanks to all the parents and family members who have supported us through this journey. If you're here as a guest today, you should feel honored. Your student could have picked any 5 people, but they picked you. And if you're watching this from home today, I'm sorry. Maybe you should have spent a little more money on that graduation gift. Jokes aside, we're all so very privileged to be able to be here tonight in person. I know a lot of high schools across the nation have been doing virtual graduations, and I know a lot of you are with me and thinking that sounds awful. Sure, it's unfortunate that we couldn't invite everyone we wanted to be here. Maybe we can't hug everyone we wanted to hug tonight, but we get to actually be here in person. All of us together, one last time. I, for one, am extremely grateful for that. To you, my fellow students, you've worked hard to be here tonight. You put in countless hours in the classroom, acting like you're paying attention, and at home, listening to your parents' great advice, acting like you're paying attention. And of course, the long nights of studying and homework. And if you're me, that means grinding out a full 5-page essay the night before it's due. Tonight, I'd like to ask you to sit back and relish this moment. This is our moment of recognition for all the hard work it took to get here tonight. You've earned this. When you're in high school, there are a lot of different things that are important to you. For everyone, it's different. For some of us, sports was our thing. For others, it was getting the highest possible GPA and battling for that top spot in the class. Maybe your thing was just getting a 1,000-day streak on Snapchat. Your thing could have been choir, theater, band. By the way, I think we can all agree we have the best band in the state of Texas. Am I right? Some of us are going to miss these things. Some of us won't. But one thing I think all of us will miss is the relationships we built along the way. After tonight, as we go our separate ways, I want to encourage everyone to make an effort to stay in touch with your friends from high school. A friend of mine once told me this. He said, if you ever catch yourself thinking about an old friend that you haven't talked to in a while, don't be afraid to shoot them a text right then and there. I promise that'll mean a lot to them. You'll make their day. As I close, I'd like to thank all the staff for putting this together. I know Dr. Coburn, Mr. Mogan, Mrs. Chance, Mrs. Du Bois have all put in way more work than they should have had to in order for this event to happen this evening. And as the rest of the ceremony goes on, I hope you'll really think about the whole journey that's guided you to this point. Remember going to support our sports teams, competing in band competitions, sneaking off campus to go to Whataburger for lunch. All of these things have led you to this moment right here. You've worked hard to be here tonight, Tonight is your night, so sit back and relish your moment of recognition. Once again, thank you everyone for being here tonight and for tuning in live. We couldn't be here right now without your support.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jaden Colson, the Student Council President. I'm here to introduce our district administration and special guests, our Superintendent, Dr. Joseph Coburn, and our school board, Thomas Houchin, Chris Lowry, Rex Hoskins, Marcia Hafer, the Secretary Jennifer Wren, the Vice President Matt Joyner, and the President Charlie Tibbles. I would also like to introduce our Mayor Martin Woodruff. As a SUCO president this year, I was honored to work with Ms. Bayless and Ms. McCoy. I would like to say thank you for everything that you've done for me and Decatur High School. Thank you to the community for stepping up for the class of 2020. I would also like to thank my parents for getting me to where I am today. Our time here went by fast, just like our parents said it would be. So I hope that each and one of you cherish these precious moments we spent together. Because no matter how much you want to, you can't relive these moments. Everything eventually ends. As much as I have looked forward to this day, I never liked endings. The last day of summer, the final chapter of a book, or the ending of a close friendship. But the endings are inevitable. Leaves fall, and we close the book. Today is one of those days for all of us. Today we say our goodbyes, but as Winnie the Pooh once said, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marcus Simmelman. I'm the class of 2020's vice president. It is my honor and privilege to introduce this wonderful person to the podium. She might be the most kind and genuine person I know. Our forever-lasting friendship all began in the 7th grade. We went to the Weekend of Champions with Coach Darty and Coach Frankie as our sponsors. Over that weekend, I really started to see the wonderful personality start to open up to me. She and I did not really know each other until this point, but I'm extremely happy that the cards played out like they're supposed to. Once our great class of 2020, 7th grade edition, returned from Weekend of Champions, she pulled me aside the next day at school and asked me to become a junior high FCA leader with her. When she asked me that question, I was in shock. I was completely baffled as to why she would want to lead an FCA group with this chubby fella. The reasoning is because we both had a way of touching our closest peers and leading them to understand the great word. Year after year, we ended up having a lot more classes together, which allowed for our friendship to become much stronger. I'm totally blessed to be here today and introduce you to this miraculous person. There are not enough compliments to be said about this delightful human being. I have rarely ever seen her without a smile on her face, and if she's not smiling, nothing a hug and some kind words cannot fix. I am so honored to have gotten so close to her, and our friendship will last a lifetime. She's one of those people that is so easygoing and extremely fun. Her sense of humor is one of a kind, but once you know her, it's kind of funny. I've been able to learn her true personality, and wow is all I can say. She's a true servant. Please excuse the train. I would like to thank our friend the train for stopping by. As she always excels in her classes, and that is why she is a salutatorian of our class. Funny story, her and I were about to take an English test, and I asked her if she studied. She told me, yeah, I studied for a little bit last night, but I'm not so sure how this test will go. I looked around the room, started to stretch a little bit, and I began to tell her I studied for like 6 hours, and I was super nervous. Well, the next day comes around, and she walks up to me and pokes me on the shoulder. She had this huge grin on her face. She then said, what'd you get on the test? And I told her, I know it's bad, I don't even want to look. And sure enough, it was not to my expectations. So I asked her the same question. She paused, started to giggle a little bit. She goes, I'm 97. Well, needless to say, she was nervous, but never had anything to be nervous about. Me, on the other hand, felt like a box of rocks for the rest of the day. This extraordinary student athlete has done extremely well academically and athletically. Every time I see her, I cannot help but smile. I don't know why, it must be a natural instinct or something, but this gal has so much gratitude and it shows. Her natural instinct is to figure out how she can help in some way, and I have so much respect for her, and I strive to be more like her every day. This special person to me has left the perfect precedent for any future Decatur High School student. As she goes forward in her life, her Decatur legacy will last forever. I can promise no one will ever come close to reaching it. By the way, her purple and white does not come close to my purple and white. Go Frogs. Now, I don't have enough time to tell you how prominent she really is, so I'd like to introduce you to someone that I care a lot about, and someone I know who has a big, loving heart. I respect and love her just a little bit more every day. Gracie Heisimmer is her name, and being awesome is her game.
Hi, everybody. I've been alive for roughly 6,388 days. I've been enrolled as a student in the Decatur School District for 4,380 days. I've been in high school for 1,460 days. I've been a senior for 305 days. I've been in quarantine for 83 days. People say your childhood flies by, but nobody really understands that until it's gone. On the other hand, the past 83 days stuck in quarantine has felt like an eternity, but it has given me time to reflect on my life so far. It has resulted in me asking myself this question: so what now? What's next? What does my future hold? That is the question that most, if not all, the students graduating today are thinking. And honestly, this question is not limited to the student sitting before me, but to everyone here today. Everyone is always wondering what tomorrow will bring. The uncertainty of not knowing consumes some in worry, while others are brought to peace in knowing that God has it covered. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Matthew 6:34. The senior class of 2020 started our last first day of high school on August 14, 2019, and without knowing it, we experienced our last day on March 12, 2020. It took me a while to figure this out, but I had to learn to be thankful for the experiences we were able to have with one another and not to get caught up in all of the ones that we had lost. I thought to myself, did I fully embrace every moment? Every last home game, pep rally, bonfire, bus ride, passing period chats by the lecture hall, or the last Eagle Fight song performed on this very field. The classes before us had the privilege of knowing when each and every one of the high school last would occur. The class of 2020 did not. But we did have the privilege to experience a world of first. The first class to have survived the flood that came through Decatur High School. The first to set off confetti cannons at the senior pep rally and then have to sweep it all up. The first to finish Decatur High School entirely online. The first to survive being stuck at home in quarantine with our families for weeks. The first class expected to adjust and go with the flow of a changing schedule of senior activities that might or might not happen. The first to graduate in a worldwide pandemic. The first class that has the honor of graduating on this field in many years. We will also be the first class to graduate from Decatur High School that has the opportunity to lead by example out of such unprecedented times. One of the greatest takeaways I have learned from my 4 years attending Decatur High School is that you should not waste a single moment. During the next chapters of your lives, do not let any time pass you by without seizing it. Whether your next chapter takes you to college, the workforce, fire academy, cosmetology school, or even to the military, make sure to treasure every moment. You have to stop focusing on just completing things, and you have to start focusing on living every moment of your journey. As you go forward, you will create new relationships. Make sure to be engaged and intentional when meeting new people. Never miss an opportunity to get to know a person because you never know how they're going to change you and how you'll be changed by them. I grew up here in Decatur. I've lived here my entire life, and so have many of you and your families. I met some of you in elementary school, I met some of you in middle school, and I never even met a few of you until my junior year. But I've been so lucky to be surrounded by people that have been such a light to me and have positively influenced me to be who I am today. So back to my original question, what now? Well, each and every one of you have been influenced by your peers gathered around you during your 4 years at DHS, including myself. We have also had the benefit of having such caring admin, teachers, and coaches that have given us each advice and influenced us along the way. So take that influence and use it to better yourself and the people you choose to surround yourself with in the next chapters of your lives. There are hundreds of different paths we will take after tonight, but embrace your path, and as Jonathan Itter said, let no opportunity be too small for your time, and let no opportunity be too big for your possibilities. So thank you to my parents, family, loved ones, admin, teachers, counselors, class sponsors, and the community of Decatur for helping me along the way and aiding me to get to this very moment. And to the class of 2020, I would like to say thank you. Even though these are uncertain times, I am certain about one thing. We did it, and we all did it together. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Ashton, and I have the honor of presenting one of my best friends that I've known for all 4 years of high school. I met Caitlin 4 years ago at Fish Camp, and I can truthfully say to this day that I've never met anybody like her. She's somebody that's destined for great things, and I can honestly say that if I hadn't met her, I don't know where or who I would be today. She pushed me to be my best self, and it's because of that that I'm grateful to watch her be given this award. It's an honor to be considered her friend, and I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of this pivotal moment in her life. Caitlin, you've been by my side for all of high school. For all of my successes and failures, you were there for me. So it's only right that I have the opportunity to introduce you for your greatest success so far. So please welcome the 2020 Decatur High School valedictorian, Caitlin Lane.
Thank you, Ashton. Honestly, about 3 weeks ago, I didn't think we were going to walk the stage. I assumed that there was no way Decatur could get a venue and maintain Governor Abbott's orders. Yet here we are. I just want to sincerely thank the administration and school board for honoring all of us and giving us seniors a chance to graduate with our friends. I also want to thank Mr. Anthony Lopez, Miss Melissa McCoy, Miss Audrey Meninsky, Miss Christine Carano, Miss Laura Gafford, and Coach Smith, though he no longer works at Decatur, for all they have done for me throughout my high school career. They've all helped me in multiple ways, and I can't thank them enough. Lastly, I want to thank my mom, dad, and my brother for all the support they have given me throughout my life. In the words of our superintendent, Dr. Coburn, our class was born around the time that 9/11 occurred, and now we are graduating during the first modern pandemic. Who knows what will happen in 4 or 5 years when many of us will be graduating from college. 9/11 changed the way that America dealt with foreign and domestic policy. The effects of COVID-19 are still unknown to us. However, our world is going to change, whether we like it or not. It seems that major events are following the milestones in our life. Our generation is going to experience these changes, and we are going to be the ones that may provide solutions. Whether it be the effects of climate change, the heavy pollution, the lack of protection against viruses that could be weaponized, or gender inequality, our generation is going to have to deal with these issues. Say what you will about them and the countless other issues that plague our country, and say it loudly. If you have a strong opinion and you want to change something, then it is your right to speak up about it. It is your right to take an informed stance on these issues, because the fact of the matter is that in 20 to 40 years, it could very well be our responsibility to fix these issues. That being said, it is also your right not to do anything. Some of the best advice I've gotten is that it is okay not to be the leader, that the further you climb up the ladder, the further you may get away from your original purpose. Managers may start doing the grunt work that they love and end up doing paperwork and meetings that they hate. I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that the world has issues, and we are going to have to step up and fix them sooner or later. But putting yourself in a position that you hate is going to be miserable. Whatever path we choose to take, whether it be one driven by the ambition to step up and change the world, or driven by relatively more laid-back ambitions, we don't have the obligation to put ourselves into positions that we would hate being in or that we may later regret. As selfish as that may sound, prioritizing what is truly important to you and turning down a position or obligation that you would hate is not wrong. My mom has always told me, high school is going to be the easiest part of your life, so don't get too caught up in the dramas. I didn't really believe her then, and I remember thinking, have you been to high school? She's kind of out of touch. Now I understand what she meant. Now that we're about to start the rest of our lives, our high school years are put into perspective. All of us have the academic knowledge we need to move forward, but we also have a lot of fun memories. For me, it's memories of opening nights and late rehearsals, of hanging out with Ashton, Teresa, and Lizzie. I'm going to miss Decatur and everyone I've gotten to know, but honestly, for all the doom and gloom I have mentioned and that we see in today's world, I know that the world is going to keep moving. I know that we will be prepared to face any issue. Every challenge that we face makes us stronger. No matter what path we choose to take, as cliche as it is, if we just stay true to our ideals and to what we believe in, we will be able to get past anything. I would like to close with a quote I ran across from Henry von Dyke. Use the talents you possess, for the woods would be very silent if no bird sang except the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Good evening. My name is Chris Mogan. I'm the principal of Decatur High School. I'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge and thank some key people as well that have made this graduation ceremony possible this evening. I want to begin by thanking and acknowledging the tireless efforts of the Decatur High School staff, especially these past few months under the current circumstances to support these graduates and our school. I also want to thank all the teachers and staff of Decatur ISD for their work and contributions to the educational journey of these graduates from elementary school to intermediate and middle school to high school to help make this moment a reality for them tonight. For the past 2 years, I've been fortunate to work with an incredible campus administration team at the high school. So I want to thank Miss Debbie Boatwright, Miss Marcia Infante, Mr. Larry Hicks, Miss Sheila McCollum, Miss Christy Phipps, Miss Megan Thomas, Miss Kat Kelly, and Miss Cheryl Du Bois as well. A very special thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Natalie Chance for their dedication and hard work to make this ceremony a reality tonight. I want to thank the parents and families and friends and community members in attendance in the stands and watching online for your love and support of these graduating seniors here before us. The last few months have not been easy, so thank you for hanging in there with us. Thank you to Dr. Coburn and his administration team, and to our DISD Board of Trustees for their support and guidance for these students and our school district. Most importantly, I want to thank and congratulate these graduates that are seated here before us as they are about to walk across the stage in a few moments. Under the most challenging of circumstances, which some of you have spoken of already tonight, you have persevered and committed yourselves to finishing strong on the stage, and please know how extremely proud of you each of us are. I have absolute faith that you are all more prepared than ever for what your next journey is because of these circumstances that you have navigated through and overcome. I'm excited for what you will go on to accomplish, and I'm inspired by your resiliency. Quite simply, thank you for being a great group of seniors and for not giving up on getting your moment on this stage this evening. And know that whatever you need from us, we are here because once an eagle, always a Decatur Eagle. At this time, I would like to recognize several groups of DHS graduates, so please listen for these recognitions. If you are a graduate who has attended Decatur ISD schools your entire school career, that is from kindergarten through your senior year, I would like for you to stand right now where you're seated. So go ahead and stand up, guys. Let us give you a round of applause. Thank you. You can be seated. The next group I'd like to recognize and acknowledge are the generational graduates. This year's graduating class is going to have several members who represent multiple generations of graduates from Decatur ISD. So graduates, if you are a second, third, fourth, or even more generational grad, so mom and dad graduated, grandparents graduated, great-grandparents, etc., graduated from Decatur ISD and you're the next generation to do so tonight, please stand at this time and be recognized, graduates. Congratulations. Thank you. You can be seated. The final group I'd like to recognize before we walk the stage is this group here. Each year, a number of our graduates set aside other opportunities that may await them and make the decision to serve our country as part of the U.S. Armed Forces. We are proud of every graduate who becomes a contributing member of our society, but we owe a debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to our country. Graduates who will serve in the United States Armed Forces next year, please stand and let us acknowledge you at this time. Thank you. At this time, Dr. Joseph Coburn, Superintendent of Decatur ISD, will join me at the podium. At this time, Decatur High School graduates, please quietly rise. Dr. Coburn, I am pleased to present to you today, Friday, June 5th, 2020, the senior class of 2020 for Decatur High School. There are before us tonight 253 exceptional seniors. I have verified that each of these seniors have met the requirements of the Texas Education Agency and the Decatur Independent School District and should be awarded the appropriate diploma or certificate at this time.
That's a big deal. You can clap for that. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mogan. Students, I've got some remarks here, but some of you look like I looked when I had to go to my sister's piano recital when I was like 7. It's your graduation. This is supposed to be a lot of fun. Don't be afraid to smile and have a good time, okay? All right, I'll get to the remarks now. Students, I missed you. It is really good to see students again. I was just getting to know a few of you when 2020 went all 2020 on us. And I'm still pretty new to Decatur, but I do want you to know that I've learned a few things about our town. I've learned that the coffee drinks at Trinity Street are amazing. I was there yesterday. I have learned that Eagle Fight never dies. And I have learned that we do not like Bridgeport at all. So, on the advice of some friends from Decatur, they suggested that I needed to explain this maroon robe. It has nothing to do with our neighbors to the west. It's because I earned my doctorate from Texas A&M, and this is what they give you. Oh, no, I'm really one of these for all of you. But anyway, that's another story. But I want you guys to know you're going to be very special to me because you're my first class in Decatur ISD, even though I didn't get to know you for very long. And my robe is maroon, but I stand Decatur High School. I want you guys to know that, okay? So class of 2020, before we get down to the business of you walking across the stage, I would like to ask you for one more thing. As young Mr. Tibbles said earlier, where is he? There he is. You've got a lot of friends and family who wanted to be here tonight, but could not. We're live streaming this event, and I'm guessing that some of those people are watching you right now. So right there behind Chief Hoskins is a camera, and I'm going to give Matt just a second to make sure we're on that camera, okay? If there's one thing that I've learned in the last couple of weeks, it's that the youth of America have really loud voices, and you will be heard. And so I want you to use those voices on the count of 3, and I want you to yell to somebody who might be watching on the live stream, let them know that you love them and that you wish they could be here with you tonight. I bet they would get a real kick out of doing that. So will you do that with me? You ready? You gonna use those voices? Ready, 1, 2, 3. I heard grandma, I heard cousin, whoever. They're all there. Thank you guys for doing that. Okay, let's get down to the business. To you, the Decatur High School class of 2020, please know that we are very proud of your accomplishments. You're graduating during a time unlike any other, and your generation is forging new paths that will lead to a better world. We look forward to even greater achievements in your future. Mr. Tibbles, Mr. Mogan has verified these students are eligible to receive their diploma or certificate. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Decatur Independent School District's Board of Trustees, I certify them. Their diplomas or certificates are to be granted at this time. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Coburn. Graduates, you may be seated. At this time, will the first row of graduates that will be receiving their diplomas this evening make their way to the stage?
Devany Ariana Aguilar.
Rain. Alexis Rain Allen.
Jared Ray Allison.
Michaela Marie Allison. Michaela Marie Allison.
Jasmine Alexis Andrade.
Trinity Day Ard. Trinity Day Ard.
Martín Arriaga.
Matthew Cole Ashmore.
Skylar Nicole Aston.
Caitlin Renee Atkinson.
Audrey Brianna Baber.
Samuel Urban Bagwell.
We got time. You guys waited 13 years and a couple extra weeks.
Grace Catherine Baker.
Keisha Marie Burnett.
Hey, Sam, make a picture for your dad. There you go. Are you Sam? Right here, Sam. This would be a Bagwell right here. I figured that out. Okay, 2 pictures. All right. Okay. I think you're going to get 2 pictures. Good job, Sam. Congratulations.
Evelyn Barrientos Flores.
Jenny Patres.
Gisela Becerra Perez.
Caleb Jackson Bennett.
Gabriel Augusta Bible.
Teresa Byerly.
Teresa?
Yeah, Byerly.
I got you.
Christian Daniel Bailensley.
Teresa Quinn Byerly.
Caitlin Marie Black.
Destiny Cheyenne Black.
Lenin Eduardo Blanco Varela.
Dylan Andrew Blaylock.
Audra McKenzie Boothman.
Andrew Reeve Bradford.
Khalid Matthew Brooks.
Carson Michael Brown.
Cristina Caldera.
Jose Campos Jr.
Ian Glenn Caparelli.
Lance Garrett Caraway.
Colby Cecil Carpenter.
Nolan Adam Carter.
Julian Casillas.
Hunter Millard Chambers.
Skylar Chrislyn Shanae.
Dane Christian Chapman.
Is it Isaac? Isaac? How do you say your last? Shavana? Or Chavana? Okay, doesn't matter. Isaac Pedro Chavana.
Clayton John Christian.
Isaac Andrew Clement.
Jaden Scott Colston.
How do you say this name? Elise? Is it Haley? Hallie? Hallie Elise Crabtree.
Rodrigo Cruz.
Dalton? Okay. Sarah Michelle Dalton.
Damari De Leon.
Michael. Shay Michael Du Bois.
Jillian Brianne Dunnigan.
Eduardo Fernández.
Fernando Iván Fernández.
Kaylee, right? Kaylee. Kylie Ann Fitzgerald.
Cayman William Flick.
Emerald Anastasia Flores.
John Alberto Flores.
Addison Ann Ford.
Riley Nicole Foreman.
Mackenzie Pearl Fox.
Brianne Gail Fuller.
Roman Sanders Fuller.
Antonio Azea Galarza.
Juliana Galvan.
Eliud Ivan Gamboa Martinez.
Marcela Garcia.
Beck Rylan Gilbert. Ezra Wiley Rain Glover.
Manuel Gomez Romo.
Give it the hardest accent you can. Like the hardest, like arron.
Mireya Gonzalez Romero.
Aarón Ezequiel González.
Maria Luisa Gonzalez.
Megan Elizabeth Griffin.
Thomas Michael Gritton. Christopher Lee Gross II. There's three of them. Dalton Allen Gross. Dominic Brendan Gross.
Jacqueline Gutierrez.
Seth Andrew Hackison.
Lillian Nicole Hell.
Emily Nicole Haney.
Can I say Samuel? Grayson Samuel Harris.
The Leighton Crease Harris.
Tomás Henry Hatley.
Colton Garrett Haywood.
Hey, Heidi Elise Hines.
Gracie Michelle Henderson.
Bo James Hermerson.
David Gutierrez Hernandez.
Tegan May Hill.
Chloe Aline Horton.
Ryan Aaron Hubbard.
McKinley Elizabeth Hurst.
Sawyer Gavin Ingman. Jesus Inguanzo Martinez.
Estefanía Inguanzo Vargas.
Vanessa Jasmine Inguanzo.
Dalton Harless Jackson.
Jordan Deanne Jenkins.
Lexi Lynn Johnson.
Yes. Kaylee Marie Jones.
Zachary Wade Jones.
Nicholas Andrew Joyner.
Madison Jade Kellis.
Is it G for Lillian Diane King.
Catherine Elizabeth Cottrell. Okay.
Charles Knight.
Oh, you got lucky. Caitlin Marie Koger. Denton Lee Lambert. Mariah Nicole Landry. Riley McKay Leonard.
Luke Daniel Loris.
Ruth Abigail Llanes Rositas.
Do you want to say Juliana or Juliana? Juliana. Juliana Lopez.
Madison Joe Lowry.
Kaylee Luna.
Alana Marie Maldonado.
Diego Mancilla.
John Colton Mantooth. Lariat Gunner Mantooth.
Gerardo Mares.
Sebastián Mares.
José Emanuel Aguilar Marín.
Brian Allen Marsh.
Adam Joseph Martinez.
Beatriz Morales Martinez.
Giovanna Martinez.
Taylor Ann Mays.
Tiffany Lynn Mays.
Victoria Morgan McElhaney.
Ray McNeil. Jesse Ray McNeil.
Eric Ishmael McNeil Jr.
Gerardo Medina Jr.
Kyler Dan Middleton.
Anna Michelle Milligan.
Caden Tyler Monfort.
Cade Andrew Montgomery. Emmanuel Nájera Morales.
Can I do it? Okay. Nathan Cale Morley. Luke Christopher Mosley.
Tanner Wells Moat. Jacqueline Muñoz Aldape.
Caitlin Gabriella Myers.
Audrey Lynn Nakos.
Tall Garrett Lane Nipert.
Chase Bodie Joseph Oberly.
Sulema Yomara Pacheco.
Is it Yareli? Estefania. Yareli Estefania Pais.
Darren Ryder Partridge.
Jacob Thomas Patterson.
Alex Perez.
Blanca Isela Perez.
Nathan Perez.
Marcus Michael Pigeon.
Willem Barrett Porter.
Hector.
Corinne Elizabeth Prechter.
José Luis Prieto.
Dominique Renee Prince. Kelly Lynn Quintana.
Gunnar Lane Ragsdale.
Justina Nicole Ravenstein.
Spencer William Brawl.
Kylie Grace Raymond.
Abigail Reyes.
Caitlin Rebecca Rhodes.
Rebecca Lynn Richardson.
Stephen Michael Roark.
Robert Cohen Robbins.
Clayton Blaine Roberts.
Charles Edward Rogers III.
Edgar Iván Rodríguez. Jesus María Rodríguez Carvajal.
Do you want to sing this too? You gotta sing this too. Yeah, yeah.
Samuel Rodríguez. Bruno Alberto Romo.
Benjamin Oli Sanchez.
Vanessa Janelle Sanders.
Christian Michael Sarmiento.
Benjamin Ivan Shilke. Esther Ina Shilke. Esteban Segura. Marcus McMurray Semmelman.
Vanessa Serna.
Gideon Joseph Schaus.
That's a good one.
Blake Lee Sill.
Isabel Marie Gallegos Sill.
Bridget Riley Smith.
Jordan Taylor Smith.
Morgan Gwendolyn Jewel Sorrell.
I'm sorry. Angelina Marie Sprague.
Jesse William Sprague.
Christopher Ryan Stockup.
Abigail Diane Starnes.
Ashton Bryce Steele.
Ashley Jewel Steiner.
String or string? String? Okay.
String, like a piece of string.
Okay. Emily Grace Strength.
Levi James Tate.
Caitlin Rose Taylor.
Cassandra Jean Teague.
Grant James Tester.
Madison Nicole Thomas.
Megan Paige Thompson.
Patriot Sander Thornton.
Zachary Jackson Tibbles.
JC K. Tickner.
Pretty basic.
Michaela Lee Trammell.
Mary Faith Elizabeth Toon.
Leslie Vargas Chavez.
Sebastian Vasquez. Cameron Patrick Wadlington. Sadie Page Walker.
Elizabeth Christina Watson.
Destiny Jenna Webb.
Robert Kyle Weber.
Garen Darius Webster.
Kyle Wayne Webster.
Nevaeh Monique Weipert.
Teresa Louise West.
Colton Chase White.
Mason Tyler White.
William Raymond White.
Kelsey Morgan Whitehead. Kelsey Morgan Whitehead.
Andrew Dean Wilson.
Nelson Rin Wiley.
Madison Nicole Yates.
Brody Wayne Zimmerman.
Now for the top 10% of the class of 2020, beginning with Zachary Pierre Levesque.
Madeline Renee Thompson.
Keaton Riley Jordan. Aubrey James McAllister. Tristan Taylor Reed.
Cynthia Lira.
Aaliyah Catherine Smith.
Reagan Allen Madison.
Carson Blake Tibbles. Ashton Isabella Zabo. Philip Gage Rieger.
Love the suit.
Millicent May Rowden.
Noah Spencer Young.
Heidi. Haiti Eiley Shipman.
Claire Elizabeth Mallory. Sebastian Wilhelm Varnador. Nathaniel Ryan Martin.
Tareen Britannia Love Holmes.
Harper Lee Lowry.
Anthony Connor Jeffrey.
McKenna Irene Van Epps.
Lauren V. Dusick.
Gabriel John Embry.
Catherine Jane Young.
Hayden Michael Hurst. The salutatorian for the class of 2020, Elizabeth Grace Isham. And the valedictorian of your class 2020, Caitlin Dawn Lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all our Decatur High School 2020 graduates.
Kind of weird. I was just up here, right? Anyway, hello, friends. It is my honor to stand before you today and reflect on our great years here in Decatur. I was not sure what to write about, so I went back to the old elementary school yearbooks for some inspiration. I found every year's yearbook and began to think, man, wouldn't it be nice to go back to kindergarten and have those nice big buck teeth again for a day? If you know what I mean. But in all seriousness, I recall those first few days like it was yesterday, and I always cherish this great town and school for the wonderful memories it has brought me. I love what we have all become, and I know I can come back home and always see a nice familiar face with open arms. Decatur holds a special place in my heart, and it will always remain a big part of who I am. I'm going to miss seeing everyone that I've gone to school with since we were 2 feet tall. I love everyone here, and I wish you all the best going forward. Don't ever be afraid to call me and say, hey, what's up? It'll make my day, I promise. If you ever need me, you know where to find me. With that being said, now it is my honor to lead my fellow seniors in the tassel turning ceremony. Will you all please rise? As we are now all graduates of Decatur High School, it is customary for the graduates to change their tassels from right to left. This signifies a turning point in our lives, from the innocent years of our childhood to the impactful decades of adulthood. Let us now turn our tassels together as a class to indicate those present that we are now graduates of Decatur High School. Please turn your tassel to the left. Thank you. Please remain standing.
Before graduation, the class ring of 2020 faces the graduate to signify that their time at DHS is not yet complete. After one has graduated, the ring is turned away to face the world proudly, symbolizing that the graduate is now ready to face the world. At this time, please turn your ring with me to face out into the world. Also, I was told that my family would disown me if I didn't say this, Recum Tech.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to announce and present to you the Decatur High School graduating class of 2020. Thank you for attending tonight's commencement, and congratulations again to our graduates and their families. At this time, we will have the playing of our alma mater recorded from our 1963-64 DHS choir, immediately followed by our recessional. Our DHS cheerleaders will be assisting in the dismissal of our guest by section, and we ask that you please follow their cues for a safe and orderly dismissal for everybody involved. Again, we will have our alma mater immediately followed by our recessional. Thank you. We'll wait a second and give it another try.
Thank you.